Hi there, Clarence Culp here. I'd like to share a devotional with you today called Fear This, and it comes from Genesis chapter 3, verses 9 and 10. But the Lord called to the man, "Where are you?" And he answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." Fear is the opposite of trust. My family just got a new cockatoo named Petrie. A cockatoo is a big white bird that eats, screams, and makes bird droppings. Well, that's my version of what a cockatoo is. The rest of my family would describe him as intelligent, loving, curious, and just a little fun bundle of joy who eats, screams, and makes bird droppings. My son Cole wanted the bird. During the first couple of days we had Petrie, it was all fear and no trust. My son would approach the cage and Petrie would puff up his feathers and raise up huge plumes on his head and bounce up and down as if to say, "If you dare to put your hand in my cage, you'll end up with a bloody stump." There was no way that Petrie was going to let us touch him. He was too afraid. He didn't know us. 3 days later, we let Petrie's cage door open to let him come out on his own. Petrie soon crawled out of his cage, down onto the floor, and he made his way across our family room and poked around my son, just checking him out. Could he trust him or not? Within 20 minutes, Petrie was snuggled in my son's lap, chortling and cooing as Cole rubbed under his wings and massaged his little head. Fear was abolished. Trust was established. Adam and Eve didn't trust God. They didn't trust who he said he was. Their decision caused them to fear him instead. Anytime Satan causes us to fear God, he's won the battle. He's caused humans to distrust God and blame him for all kinds of things, hasn't he? When there's a natural disaster, we often call it an act of God. When tragedy strikes in our lives, we wonder why God would allow such a thing. Some Christians even portray God as a being who says, "Love me and you can live forever. But if you don't, I'll roast you for eternity." Humans have learned to fear God rather than trust him. The Bible sums up who God is in these words: God is love. Any other description of God is faulty at best. Remember, the more you know someone, the easier it is to trust them. And the more trust you have for a person, the easier it is to love them. Oh, and if you want to know God, get to know Jesus. You'll find no fear there. He loves you. What a privilege it is for me to share these devotionals with you, and also to share something that I feel very strongly about and involved with. It's providing an income for our family and for many thousands of others. It's in the link just below. Click on it. Take a look at it. Follow the 3 steps and get involved yourself and see how you can be a blessing to other people as well.